Hello Libra, welcome. It's Sandra here from Wolf Moon Tarot. I hope you're all well wherever you are. This is your reading for the 24th through to the 30th of January 2022, or thereabouts. It could resonate a little bit beyond that time. It is a general reading, Libra, so take what resonates with you, but anything that doesn't, leave it behind, as it must be for somebody else. But the energies are here for everybody, to a greater or a lesser degree. So let's see. I'll start with the Oracle of Visions, just to start your reading off, to get some general energies going. But just a quick mention that Mercury is retrograde in the heavens at this time until the February the 3rd. So, you know, it's never retrograde for very long, usually around about 3 weeks. But what's been found during this time is it can create delays. It's time to pay attention to the detail of things a little bit more than what you perhaps normally would do. And it's not a time to worry about, it's just a time of being extra cautious with things. Read the small print of a contract, for example, that sort of an energy. Okay, enough said. So what have we got for Libra at this time? What have we got for Libra? What's important for Libra to be aware of at this time, please? What's important for Libra to be aware of at this time? Okay, we have number 22, and this talks about reflections, looking back in a hindsight. So, you know, just thinking about perhaps relationships, events, things, decisions made, whatever it's to do with, but it's an energy around you, Libra, for some of you, of reflecting on the past, thinking of the past. All right, it'll be something a little bit different for all of you. And we have number 13, and this talks about productivity, control, organisation. So, you know, creating something, being creative, being very productive in what you're doing. You know, we've got the rainbow road here, you know, so well on the way, and we've got the beautiful coloured thread there. So weaving your destiny, perhaps, weaving another shade of your life journey. Okay. Lovely. Right, we'll get into the tarot now. So I'm using the Psychic Tarot here for your reading today, Libra. So what does Libra need to know? What are the messages for Libra that are important at this time? What does Libra need to know, please? Alright, we have the heart of your reading, Libra, the root of the matter, past influences, what's on your mind at the moment, the future going forward, and then something else that your guides, spirit, would like to say. And at the bottom of the deck we have the Sacral Chakra, and this chakra, this energy centre, is, if you think of between your tummy button area and your root chakra, which is at the base of your spine, then there you'll find this beautiful bright orange sacral chakra spinning, and this is the energy centre that governs all aspects of creativity, productivity, which we've already seen that card come out already, But it's about your desires also, and desires, passions, sexuality sometimes for some of you. But this is the energy center that governs these. I think in some cultures it's called the Kundalini, because it's very much about creative passion, desires, wants. All right, so a fabulous energy. It's very much a wands energy, the Sacral Chakra. Okay, so I'll just put that to one side. And we'll go into the energy oracle cards now for clarification. So, could we clarify all of the cards on the table, please? For Libra. One more. Alright, we'll lay them down in the same order just to give a little bit of depth and clarity to your reading, Libra. And at the bottom of the deck we have contract. It's very much your energy. It's very much about justice, which is your energy within tarot. So contract, I feel this is a need to balance the books here for some of you. There's a need. I feel it's like a karmic justice, a karmic contract here. And I say that because the young woman has a blindfold on. So it's almost like having a blind faith in something, not thinking too deeply about it, not looking at the situation. And that's why I mentioned a karmic contract, because it's not something we see. It's something that just happens, isn't it? So I need to balance the books here. I need to get the scales level again. They've been uneven for some reason. All right, this is very much your energy, Libra. Okay. Just bear with me a minute, Libra. All right, it's all right. I've been asked to just come back to these two and bring them together here. So for some of you, with the Sacral Chakra being very active about creativity, desires and wants, it could be, and because I'm looking again at the productivity, creative energy here that we can see with both of these cards, these messages, then I'm just thinking for some of you there could be a contract here that's going to come on the table. Because Mercury's retrograde, take your time, read the small print. Don't rush into anything at this time. Remember, the retrograde motion doesn't last long. Come the February the 3rd, it'll start to go forward again. So this is just a message for somebody, I feel, or for a small handful of you. All right, so take it how it resonates. I always know when there's something else I need to say, because I don't feel able to go forward, and I'm drawn to particular cards that need a little bit more explanation. Everybody's situation is different, and so it'll have a slightly different meaning. The energies are all the same, but the meaning behind them, it will be slightly different for everybody. All right, Libra, at the heart of your reading, okay, we have emotional loss and the Guardian and the Gate. Emotional, this is, as it says on the tin, there's something affecting your heart center, a feeling of loss, emotional loss. The universal energies are trying to help you with this and to draw as much of this away from you as possible. And you can see the man holding his heart center there, trying to protect his heart. So there's something of a loss that's creating a sense of sadness here, perhaps even a sense of grief for some of you. But I'm drawn to the sun shining at the back here, you see, and that's drawing the emotional loss away from you. And the sun is shining. The sun is warming your back here, Libra. The sun and the universe energies are trying to help you with this situation, I feel. The clarifier is the garden and the gate. And this is about staying in a situation that is restricting you. But it's where you feel safe. You feel safe and secure. So the girl here is in the garden. She's got the gate closed. And it's a very pretty garden, but she's quite restricted. We've got the bird box up here, you see, which for me is about boundaries and restrictions. Although it's a home, it's a small home, isn't it, for a bird? Tiny and enclosed. And I feel with the garden and the gate, I feel you are purposefully staying in a situation that is keeping you restricted. And all it takes is if you to open this gate and explore. We have butterflies here, which are about transformation. So a time of transformation, I feel, here. But you have to decide whether you stay where you are or whether you expand your horizons. The choice is yours, Libra. Particularly at this time of some form of an emotional loss. Okay. What's at the root of this? Okay. At the root of this situation, and this is not for everybody, Libra, remember it's only for some of you. It won't resonate with everybody. But at the root of this, we have transformation and financial constraints. And the transformation, this is the death energy in ordinary tarot. It's a major arcana. So, as we saw in the garden and the gate with the butterflies there, a time of transformation. And when something transforms, something has to finish. A door has to close for a new door to open. And we can see that here. So this is already in place. Something came to an end. But it brought in this transformation energy. But it also brought in was financial constraints. So a sense of lack, a sense of poverty, metaphorically speaking. It'll have to be something different for all of you, Libra. But this ending, this transformation energy has brought in some form of financial constraint. That's already in place, and so hence the emotional loss I feel. You can see now where the emotional loss is coming from. And then feeling stuck in a situation that is okay, it's comfortable enough, but I feel you're starting to feel that restriction here. All right. What's happened in the past? Well, what's happened in the past with conflict and defeat? And we have the sun. And I feel what this is saying is light. The sun is shedding light on something that you felt defeated. This is the Five of Swords energy. And the Five of Swords energy is very much about conflict. Somebody who needs to win at all costs. No matter who is wounded on the battlefield, this is a very self-serving energy. So I feel there's been a self-serving energy around, and it's left you feeling defeated, or somebody feeling defeated. And light was certainly shed on this situation, Libra. So I can see now, this has been a very, whoever this is for, it's been a very difficult period, I can see. I will go over the cards again in a little minute, but let's have a look what's on your mind. Okay, mental conflict and adjacent possibilities. All right, mental conflict, thought decisions, thoughts going round and round in your head. You know, you're knowing that you need to make a decision, but you can see this man's inner mind. His mind is on fire here, thinking about a decision that needs to be made, and it's creating mental conflict, and it's to do with possibilities. It's to do with multiple options. There is one in particular that stands out here, but whether you make that decision or not, it's a difficult one. This is a difficult decision, and it's creating mental conflict for whoever this is for. All right, going forward. Well, gosh, this is a difficult reading, Libra. We have number 9, suffering in silence. This is the 9 of Swords. So this is leading on from the mental conflict, going forward, some form of suffering, mental suffering. The thoughts going round and around in your head that become magnified. This is when our subconscious comes to the fore and torments us, mentally torments us. You know, fears and anxieties becoming bigger than what they should be. And as we know, at night, you know, it keeps us awake at night, because nighttime is when our subconscious will kick in, you know, and bring these fears to the surface. So, and it's something to do with a broken heart. Something, an event or somebody has broken your heart here, Libra. Something's been pulling at your heartstrings. And this is why you've been suffering in silence going forward. I will get some more information about those two for you. But first of all, let's have a look what your guides want to say to you. Well, we have love begins and we have envy. So there's some form of a new love, new opportunity, something that's meaningful for your heart. That your guides just want to raise your awareness about. It could be new love or a deepening of a love. It could be to do with a relationship, but it doesn't have to be. It could be anything that makes your heart sing. But it's something right at the beginning, because it's number 1 here. Love begins. All right. However, the clarifier is envy. Now, this is when, no matter what we have, no matter how abundant our life is, no matter how lucky we are, or, you know, having all of our needs met, that the other man's grass is always greener. So this is, you know, you see the woman, she's in her castle, but it's all a bit grey, it's all a bit dull. And she's looking across at another castle, another building over there, that the sun is shining on, and it's lit up, it's gold, and there's flowers in the garden, and it all looks so lovely and so much nicer than where she is. So that's where this is where her envy is coming from. You see, she's got a dish here that's full of gold coins, but that matters not to her, because everything really nice and promising and that the sun is shining on is through her archway, is across the way. You know, it's not hers, it doesn't belong to her. So there's envy here, envy about it's I just keep coming back to it's the other man's grass is always greener. It's that sort of an energy here. And it's to do with some form of a new love. Now, this is either a new love connected to you or to somebody else. But some form of a new love, new opportunity for somebody that's meaningful for their heart, that is creating envy. And this is, as I say, this is either your new love beginning or somebody else that you are envious of. Or this could be your new love, your love, something new beginning for you, and somebody else is envious of what you have, of what you do, of what you've got, and your new beginning. So it could be attracting an envious energy to you. And I think I'm going to get some more information about those two. So first of all, let's have a look at suffering in silence and the broken heart. All right, could we have more information, please, for Libra concerning suffering in silence and broken heart? More information, please, for Libra. Suffering in silence and a broken heart. Two more, please. Two more. One more. I'll just put the Six of Wands to one side. It did jump out, but I'll carry on. So one more, please. All right, Libra, we have the Ten of Swords, and this talks about a very painful situation, feeling stabbed in the back, betrayed. It's that sort of an energy. Although we can see the swords are starting to lift now, and the swords will lift. It won't last forever, this feeling, and I feel that's what the message of this card is to say. But let's have a look. So suffering in silence. And it's to do with money within a family situation. It's to do with what you have, but within a family situation. And yes, there's some form of a cycle completing now. An old cycle, something coming to an end. But of course, that has to come to an end to transform, ready to go forward in a different way, in a new way, with new opportunities, new beginnings. But it's creating a lot of mental torment and suffering in silence, I feel, to do with this money or financial abundance situation that has been around, but I feel is probably coming to an end for some of you, but it's transforming into something else, but it's causing a lot of worry. And then connected to the broken heart, we have, yes, the Ace of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. This is very much to do with, looks like going forward, it's very much to do with finances. Finances, work, career, what you have. And I feel it's to do with the family situation here, partly. But what's breaking your heart going forward is there was a new something to do with a new opportunity to do with money. There's something at the beginning promising abundance. You know, so in its purest sense, this is a fantastic energy. It's an ace. It's the new beginnings. You know, with pentacles and a beautiful giant pentacle there. However, it's connected to the broken heart. So something that held a lot of promise and a lot of opportunity, financially, or to do with work and career. But I feel something about that has caused heartache and heart pain. And the further clarification is the Eight of Pentacles, and this is the apprenticeship card, when we're very focused, working hard, learning a new skill. So there's something to do with this learning a new skill, this new opportunity, new beginning, that I feel hasn't worked out. There's something to do with that that's causing a lot of heart pain, heartbreak. We had a card that jumped out, the Six of Wands, which is about victory. You know, somebody's feeling victorious. Somebody's feeling a great achievement, having coming through a lot of battles, but feeling they have achieved. So that could well be yourself up to this point, having felt victorious, but there's something gone wrong, something's ended. Well, I'm going to go through the cards very quickly now, before we go on to the final two cards. So what have we got? We have reflections, thinking of the past, and then creativity and productivity. All right, we've got the Sacral Chakra, which is about desires, wants, creativity, but some form of a contract, and it's either a karmic contract, the books needing to be balanced here, and the scales need to be balanced, or just to be mindful of possibly a contract that needed to be signed. I feel there's some form of a blind faith here as also. Okay, so at the heart of your reading there's the emotional loss, and you know, feeling restricted but not wanting to go beyond the garden, not feeling brave enough to explore because of the emotional loss. So feeling stuck in a situation that is okay, but you know there's far more out there waiting for you, and it's connected with this emotional loss. And at the root of this, yes, there's been an ending that's led on to some form of financial constraints. And I think we can see that through the reading, can't we? And in the past, feeling conflicted and defeated. Feeling like, you know, you've had to come away from the battle now, leave the battlefield, feeling defeated. And the sun shedding light on this situation for you, making things more clear for you. But it's led on to need to make a decision, but it's creating mental conflict. Thoughts going round and around in your mind sort of on fire, trying to decide from a few options. And there's one in particular, but you're just not sure. All right. Right, yes, and then going forward, yes, suffering in silence, and it's to do with money, means within a family, what a family has, and because something's come to an end, the world's brought, there's an old cycle come to an end, ready for things to change and go forward in a different way, in a new way, because there's been a lot of pain, feelings of betrayal, being stabbed in the back. That's caused a lot of heart pain, but that's not going to last forever, Libra. The swords are starting to lift, and they will lift in time, in good time. But yes, there's a broken heart here, and it's definitely to do with some form of career opportunity or creative endeavour, as we've seen here, being creative and productive. And working hard to build up something, to learn a new skill, and having been and feeling very successful with that. But because of something comes to end, it's caused a lot of heart pain and heartache here. I'm going to remember, this reading is not for everybody. It's quite a deep reading, isn't it? It's a difficult reading here for whoever this is for, and it won't be for all of you, Libra. I'm sure you will recognise your story here, whoever it's for, but I'm going to get some more information now. I'm going to get some more information to do with love begins and envy. Right. So could we have more clarity to do with love begins and envy, please, for Libra, as advice from Spirit, from the guides. Why is love begins and envy here, please? What does this mean for Libra? Love begins and envy. Right, two more, please. Right, one more. Right, we have the Hermit. Then this is about going inward, tapping into your intuition, shining your light now to find a path. It's a narrow pathway. It's a difficult journey here, and the Hermit has to shine his light now, and choose his steps wisely here about how to go forward. So this is about introspection, going within, to get the answers here. Okay. And okay, connected to love begins here, this new beginning to do with the heart. Well, we have the Magician, and so this is about manifestation, manifesting a reality for yourself, for going forward, you know, bringing the energies together to create this a deepening of a love, or a new love opportunity, but or something that's meaningful for your heart in any event. So being able to manifest, how to do that, how to bring that into reality. And then, of course, the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is very much a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. But this is working from your heart centre. The Queen of Cups offering her cup of love here, turning her back on the dark clouds in the background. So this is, you know, something to do with offering emotional support, or somebody offering you emotional support here. Offering you her cup of love. And it's not gender specific, Libra. But the Queen of Cups is very sensitive energy, very much connected to the universal energies and the moon energies, not very far removed from the High Priestess, very much in tune with her intuition, and allows herself to be guided by her intuition. So this could be an aspect of yourself, Libra, tapping into your Queen of Cups energy. Or it's just the energy of the Queen of Cups. And this is to do with somebody from your past, somebody that has been around for a while, that, you know, it could be family, could be close friends, community. But it's somebody that's been around for a long time. So I feel this, for some of you, this is a deepening of a current love, a renewal of a current love here, current relationship, and manifesting how to enable this energy to become deeper. As the Queen of Cups, bringing in the Queen of Cups energy, working from the heart centre. Yes, and it's to do with somebody that's been in your life for quite a while. Somebody from the past. And of course, we've already had memories reflecting on the past. And envy, we have the sun, and of course we had the sun shining through the archway there. So here's the sun again. So there's light being shed on this energy of envy, and it's to do with coming to a fork in the road and having to make a decision. You know, perhaps whether to stay where you are, as with the girl in the garden, to stay where you are, or to release yourself from this very grey area and, you know, go through the archway to where the sun is shining. Things look a lot brighter. Because you're feeling quite exhausted, Libra. You know, you're feeling exhausted, you're taking time out, need to have a break to recharge your energies. Gosh, there's such a lot going on here, isn't there? For whoever this is meant for. All right, I think I'll leave it there. Let's get 2 final messages for Libra, please, to conclude this reading. 2 final messages for Libra, please, to conclude this reading. can see these are difficult energies for you, Libra. But remember, nothing lasts forever. It's difficult at this time. You know, but it's not going to last forever. And if you've got the Hermit, you're going to find a way through this. So we have grace and gratitude. So through gratitude, joy expands. And we have great adventure. Take a risk and venture forward. Alright, so grace and gratitude. This very much links in with taking time out now. Just appreciate the little things in life. Come away from, you know, the magnitude of whatever it is that, you know, is on this table here. Just take time out and just appreciate your surroundings. Appreciate a little bit of cherry blossom falling onto your hand. Through gratitude, then your joy will start to expand. And yes, just to say also that as we appreciate little things around us, then that helps to rise up away from this energy here. And great adventure. Take a risk, venture forward. And I feel this is something to do with opening the garden gate and expanding your horizons now. Because the wind is behind your sails, you're in your boat, you know you're going. The water's a bit choppy, we can see that. And it is taking a risk, you know, to step outside of this garden where you felt safe and secure. But it's saying life is an adventure. You know, with all the dips and the rises and up and down dale, twists and turns. You know, it is an adventure. So we have to buckle down when things are in the dip, which I feel that's what's happening here for whoever this is for, Libra. But then get ready for when things start to get better and things start to improve. And it may be then you take a risk to venture forward. All right, Libra, it's been a bit of a long one, quite a deep one, isn't it? But whoever it's for, and it won't be for everybody, but whoever it's for, I hope this has given you a little bit of support and clarity on your situation. And good luck going forward. Bye-bye for now.